seeing two of these decks. Slacks playing the red-blue control deck, and our challenger playing the green-black econ ramp. So tell me a little bit more about the green-black deck.
The green-black deck, as you mentioned, is called the Econ Ramp deck. So a lot of the strategy kind of revolves around getting gold, getting kills, and there's a lot of cards in here that have synergy with that gold. So you have like the Revtel Convoy creep, which you can spend, or it's currently taking into effect all the gold you have to determine its attack. You have things like Payday, and then access to a lot of huge items in the shop, like Horn of the Alpha, which we might see come out later.
Yeah, and on the other side, the red-blue control is a deck that tries to play slow. They try to control the early board with some beefy heroes like Bristleback or Keith the Bold, while at the same time trying to survive to get to that turn 7, turn 8, where big cards like Thunder Ghost Wrath or Time of Triumph will come into play to dominate the late game. Now, it's worth mentioning, our champions here are playing with a little bit of a handicap right now. You know, to make it easier on the challengers, for most of them, this is the first time playing the game. Seraction Slacks has been playing the game for quite a while, but yet he still has a lot to learn.
That's right, and that handicap you'll see there, at the side of each tower, there's the HP of the tower itself, so our challenger has 40, and Seraction Slack starts with 30 here.
Yeah, and that actually is a bit of a challenge for the control deck. Control decks, you know, they struggle the first few turns. You have to like gain your ground, and having less health as a resource to work with will put a little bit of a challenge on Seraction Slack's hand. However, having said that, there's still quite a few amount of resources that you can leverage in the case of this deck to control the early game, and we've seen a couple of those. We saw before the Tower Barrage doing 2 damage to every enemy, and now we see Zeus passive, Static Field.
I think this was a great turn for Slacks. He managed to save his Luna with that Tower Barrage and the Ventriloquy, with the board shrinking and Zeus now being the target of that Lycan over there.
Yeah, not only that, he now gets no blockers for the Bristleback, which will hit that tower for 10 together with the melee creep. Now let's talk a little bit about combat. The way combat is presented is creatures go on the board, and not only they will have a position, but they will also have an arrow saying where they're attacking. Most of the times, creatures attack to the front of them, and that means they will hit whatever's in front of them, whether that's a creature, a hero, or a tower if they're unblocked. But sometimes, heroes and creeps can attack to the side. So, not having a hero in front of you, you still can be thwarted by attacking a hero to the side. How that is determined is during the flop, this segment that we're seeing here, where the rules of the game give you a time to deploy 2 creeps and a hero in any of the lanes that you want, and then you get these arrows set up, and these arrows will determine in the way of combat who is attacking. So for example, right now this Luna is going to be attacking the Savage Wolf, and the Savage Wolf will be attacking the Luna diagonally instead of both hitting the tower. Now there's a lot of cards that allow you to control how these arrows are, from cards that directly say something like attack the tower or choose your your ally's target, to also things like just killing the creep or killing the hero. So in this case, if Luna was to destroy this Savage Wolf for some reason, she would be able to attack forward and deal damage to the tower directly.
That's right. And Seraction Slacks had actually purchased the Traveler's Cloak in his shopping phase with his gold, and so that allows him to get 4 more effective HP, and so that the Luna doesn't die to the Savage Wolf attacking him.
Yes, and gold is something that we haven't talked about today. Whenever you kill a creep, whenever you kill a hero, you get gold. Creeps give you 1 gold, heroes give you 5. In the most cases, there's some items that will allow you to change your gold, there will be some effects that will allow you to change your gold, but in general, 1 per creep, 5 per hero is the norm. What you do with that gold is at the end of lane 3, which is the one that we are right now, you will be presented with a shopping phase. In the shopping phase, you will be able to go to a shop that will present you between 3 alternatives: a deck of items that you build, a secret shop item, which will be an item from any of the ones in the game, and a consumable item that you can purchase. And those consumable items can, for example, heal your hero, or let you draw a card, or move a hero to the fountain so that you can redeploy him again in the next turn, among others.
That's right. And you'll see there's this button that both our players are pressing as they're taking their turns, and that button is giving players initiative as soon as they're done taking an action. So do you want to go into initiative a little bit?
Oh yeah, so initiative is a little bit of a complex subject, so don't worry if you don't understand it to begin with. But the idea is, the way turns work in this game, there's no my turn, your turn in a normal way, but rather my action, your action. I can do something, and then you can do something else after that. Then I can do something else after that. And at any point, if I don't want to do something, I can click on this coin that is going to be lighted here, this coin, and pass to my opponent, conceding that I am not going to do anything. Now my opponent can either keep playing stuff, in which case I will have another choice if now I want to play something, or if he passes again and we both pass one after the other, we will go to combat.
That's
yeah.
Sorry to stop you there, but that's a great ventriloquy from Slacks right now. You can see his tower is only at 5 health, and that creep is now taking 18 damage because he casted that spell that allows that creep to tank all the damage. But unfortunately, a Savage Wolf has come out for our challenger.
Savage Wolf has come out, and that will be 5 damage. Now, Savage Wolf is a 3/3 creep, but Lycan has a passive that gives +2 attack to his neighbors. So with that in mind, that is just enough to get the damage into the tower. So that first 30 health tower that Suraction Slacks has been taken away. He now has to protect his 80 HP Ancient or both of these other towers. If he loses either of those 3, the game will be over and our challenger will take it.
I'll make this quick.
That's right, and it looks like our challenger's going to use Coup de Grace, which is a spell that comes with Phantom Assassin. That allows our challenger to just kill Bristleback by discarding a card as well.
Yes, and Coup de Grace doesn't care about how much health or how much armor a card has. It just destroys it directly. Now, heroes that are destroyed do not die forever. As you may have seen here at the top of the screen, there is a scoreboard that tells you for each lane what is the health of the towers or the ancient that is highlighted in yellow. And you also can see the position of the heroes in both sides. And the ones here are heroes in the fountain. These are heroes that have been killed during combat. Whenever a hero dies, it goes to the fountain and it stays there for a full turn. Whenever that turn is over, then you get to redeploy them again. So now see here we can see that we have Luna and Zeus ready to be deployed by Suraction Slack. And there's Bristleback and Phantom Assassin, both of which died this turn, so they still have to sit one full turn after that. And hero management is really important because, yes, killing heroes gives the opponent goal and you don't want that to happen. But on the other hand, you want heroes in your lanes because heroes are the thing that enable you to play spells. You see that there's cards of different colors and you see that there's heroes of different colors too. You can only play black cards if you have a black hero in the lane, and you can only play green cards if you have a green hero in the lane. So goes with blue and red, of course. So controlling the right type of heroes in the right type of lane is really important. Now this is a double-edged sword. You want to deploy your heroes in the right lanes for what you want to cast, but a hero that stays in the lane might be a little bit useless and you might want to remove him by either finding some spells like the teleportation scroll that lets you move the hero away, or even sometimes letting your hero die. Right now, I'm not sure if the challenger wants to keep pressure on this tower, although he's doing quite a fair amount of damage. But if he decided, oh, actually I can't kill that tower, he might be considering maybe moving his hero away, for example, to this second lane here, where there's a lot of pressure from these red mist villagers.
Right, and that lane is looking pretty scary for a black and green deck. There's not too much removal for creeps, especially a large wave in that deck. So it might be wise for our challenger to abandon that lane, but it looks like a huge turn for Suraction Slacks in this last lane. He used Echo Slam, which deals damage to each enemy equal to the number of enemies there were. So since that was a relatively large side of the board for our challenger here, he just wiped out his entire wave.
Yeah. And that actually puts the second tower at 3 with the second tower destroyed and the third tower at 3 health. Our challenger has an interesting decision. Does he put a lot of pressure in that first lane and tries to win there, or does he try to defend and win a little bit later? And he is going to put pressure on that top lane. And that's very close because right now, before deployments, we'll see that the tower is at 43 health.
And there's a Mist of Avernus improvement on that
lane,
yeah. Which means that all of his allies in his lane will get that +1 attack buff before the action phase starts.
Yes, and oof. That is going to be more than enough damage, and now it's up to Siraction Slacks to find some answer in his deck.
Oh, but look what he has, but can't use. He has Bristleback in this lane,
Yes.
but that means he doesn't have access to blue cards, so we
Right.
can't see him do what he did in that third lane, where he Echo Slammed and wiped the whole board.
That would be fantastic. Again, one of those situations where you wish you would have a specific hero or a specific hero of F color in a lane, but not right now. They're trapped in the other two lanes. Our challengers decide to go with
Very
Coup de Grace.
wise.
And by getting rid of the Bristleback straight away, there's no way that Siraction Slacks can answer this. So he will BM Hill Debbie because Slacks loves this hero. And concede the game, and that will be 54 damage.
Amazing
Yes,
game.
I think
Very
it's one of the first times that we see the Ancient being
Yes,
destroyed in
that's
one of these
true.
games. And there's a shake of hands. Congratulations, Drew from San Francisco.
Give it up for Drew.